Okay. So connect. Let's chill, smoke some weed.
And it really makes your Skyrim not look like Skyrim anymore. Next thing you might want to get is the Unicorn mod, and this is going to add a unicorn to your game. And the last mod, to really feel like a princess, so you're going to want to get the YY Anim Replacer, Princess Horse Riding by Yuko. Man, first lovely shout, now some princess riding. Skyrim does not get any more manly than this, guys. But hey, I for one enjoy being fabulous, so all of you can go screw yourselves. Just kidding, of course. But this does have 5,455 downloads, 190 endorsements, and 79,000 views. So obviously people are interested in riding horses like princesses. And that is it for this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed all the mods I featured in this episode. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for all the best Skyrim mods every single week. Thank you all for watching. Peace. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and write a comment down below to support us. Lil Snoop. Louisiana's rapper Darren Ross was born in 1995. This young rapper had a full career ahead of him. In 2013, at the age of 17, he signed a big record label with Meek Mill's Dream Chasers after he gave him his mixtapes in Meek Mill's van. In one interview, Snoop mentioned that he received a call from Meek Mill 20 minutes after he gave him his mixtapes. Unfortunately, his big chance did not last very long. After only a few months, Lil Snoop was killed. At the age of 18, he did not survive 2 gunshots to the chest. This tragic incident happened over a fight that broke out at Snoop's friend's apartment because of a video game. Snoop got killed by one of his friends, Tony Holden. Tony is a 36-year-old man with a criminal record. Tony Holden turned himself in a few days later. If this incident did not happen, Lil Snoop would be 25 today, and probably with a lot of success behind him. Soulja Slim. Soulja Slim was an American rapper. He was born in 1977 in New Orleans. You can see how good he was by the fact that he deserved a compliment a lot of rappers gravitated to. It is said that Soulja Slim kept it real, and that is one of the best compliments you can give to a rapper. His life was not easy, considering the fact that he struggled with drugs. But he found a way to show that through his lyrics, and that is what made him great. Before Soulja Slim, aka James Tapp, was killed, he served some time in prison, even survived bullets on 2 different occasions. He was lucky he stayed alive, but a few years later, he did not have that kind of luck. In 2003, Soulja Slim was shot and killed on the front lawn of his parents' home as he was crossing the lawn toward the door. A few months after he was shot, police arrested Garrell Smith and matched a gun that Tapp was shot 4 times, 3 times in the face and once in the chest. The gun he was killed with was stolen from the police officer's house by Smith. The problem was that there was no witnesses to testify against Smith. There's a rumor that Smith received $10,000 to shoot Soulja Slim. Who hired him is a mystery, but allegedly it was someone close to Soulja's life. Smith was arrested and connected to 3 more murders by 2008, but he was released each time due to lack of witnesses. How is it possible that there were no witnesses for all these murders? How did Gerald Smith get away with all of them, and why did he do it will remain a mystery. Bankroll Fresh. Bankroll Fresh, or Young Fresh, was an American rapper from Georgia. He's best known for his single, Walked In, from 2015. A year after his successful song, he got killed. His death involves his friend, No Plug. No Plug talked about the incident in the interview and stated that before Bankroll Fresh, the 2 had a fight. The fight happened in the record studio, and as No Plug was leaving the studio, he took Bankroll Fresh's handgun. He later came back to get his 2 cell phones that he had previously forgotten to take. This was the moment when Bankroll started shooting at No Plug. He got shot and later died in the hospital. More than 50 shell casings were found at the crime scene. No Plug was never charged for the death of Bankroll Fresh, even though he admitted he killed him. And the reason is because this was in self-defense after Bankroll Fresh started shooting first. Celebrities mourned his death, and a lot of them, like Post Malone, 2 Chainz, and Juice WRLD, even paid tribute to him through their songs. Big L. Lamont Coleman, better known as Big L, was an American rapper from New York. During his career, he was praised for his songwriting abilities, and he has also been described as, quote, one of the most auspicious storytellers in hip-hop history. Talent like his, there is no doubt that he would have been one of the biggest names today, but, unfortunately, he will not be able to see that, because he got killed in 1999 at the age of 24. Big L was shot 9 times in the face and chest during a drive-by shooting. 3 months later, his shooter got arrested. This turned out to be one of his friends, Gerard Woodley. What was the reason for this is still unknown, but the shooting allegedly happened because of something Big L's brother did, or what Gerard Woodley believed he did. Gerard Woodley never got charged for Big L's murder and was released due to the lack of evidence. This murder case remains officially unsolved to this day. 3 months after, Gerard Woodley was shot in the head and later died at the hospital. After his death, Big L's manager put together the album he was working on, and it was released a year after. It was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America, aka the RIAA. His childhood friend even started to make a documentary about his life under the name Street Stuck, the Big L story, and it was supposed to be released in 2017, but never was. This just shows how much of an impact Big L made on the hip-hop scene. Doe B. American rapper from Alabama, Glenn Thomas, better known as Doe B, was killed in 2013 at the age of 22. Along with his music, he was best known for the eye patch he was wearing. The eye patch is a result of a shooting he was a part of in 2009. In December of 2013, he was shot and killed along with 1 more bystander and 6 other patrons were injured. He was rushed to the nearest hospital where he was later pronounced dead. The bar he was killed in was known for many other shootings over the past and was officially closed after Doe B's death. A few days later, Jace McWilliams turned himself in to the police. Darius Thomas was also arrested for the murders and charged. During all of these arrests, on January the 3rd, Tim Hamilton died due to the gunshot wounds, and that made him the 3rd victim. A few days later, Darius Thomas was charged for these murders and was sentenced to 85 years in prison after pleading guilty to these 3 deaths. Even though Thomas was the one who pulled the trigger and was charged for Doe B's death, if you ask others who were close to Doe B, they'll say that Montgomery, the rap scene of Montgomery, was the one who killed, because the story of Montgomery is filled with murder, and Doe B was one of those people who tried to change that. He tried to connect various parts of Montgomery through his music and making friends. This is what some believe what got him killed. Darius Thomas and Doe B grew up together and went to the same school. You can even see Darius in Doe B's music video for the song Let Me Find Out. Darius was, amongst many others, an example of people who did not like the connection that was trying to be made with different parts of the city because of the past and current beef over jealousy or territory. There is no doubt that Doe B would make a change.
My mom and my dad
Now, all that there is left
is
the
at
stigma. If you make it,
work, pretty much.
and that
My foster mom and dad,
Doe
anyway.
B. Slim Duncan. Mario Hamilton, better known as Slim Duncan, was an American rapper from Atlanta whose tragic death came when he was 31 years old. The day he got killed, he was at the studio recording music for the new album he was working on. Amongst a lot of other people, Slim Duncan was at the studio with the entourage of his friends. The same day, there was a video shoot scheduled by the rapper Gucci Mane. During that day, he got into a verbal fight with Vincent Hardiman, a rapper known as Young Vito. This resulted with Hardiman pointing a gun at Slim and shooting him 1 time in the stomach. Slim Duncan's friends took him to the hospital, where he was later pronounced dead due to his wounds. The shooting happened after the two got into a physical fight, and were separated by their entourage. Vincent Hardiman, aka Young Vito, stated that he fired a gun only after Slim Duncan would not stop with the fight, even after they had pleaded with him to stop. Young Vito was first charged with 25 years in prison. That was later changed. He is currently serving a sentence of 10 years for aggravated assault and 5 years for possession of a firearm during the crime. What was the real reason for the fight is unknown. But headlines have been made saying that the two got in a fight over a candy. If that's the case, Lil Snoop's death over a video game does not sound so unreasonable now. We surely hope this is not a reason for Slim Duncan's death. Famous rappers that are rich and still in the hood. Many rappers have a classic rag to riches story, but even after getting it all, some rappers choose to stay in the hood and continue participating in hood life. There's a lot of societal pressure for these rappers who rap about poverty and crime to stay in the less than ideal situations even after fame. Rappers like Snoop Dogg have been shamed for living in multi-million-dollar mansions, while rappers such as XXXTentacion and Lil Reese have been praised for sticking to their roots. In today's video, we'll be discussing 10 rappers who are rich and famous, but are still in the hood. First, before the start of the video, make sure to leave a like. If you want to join this month's giveaway on some of the free stuff on your screen, then all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. Watch the video till the end, and then leave a comment with the keyword down below. Good luck. Lil Reese. Tavares Lamont Taylor, whose stage name is Lil Reese, is a 28-year-old rapper and songwriter from Chicago, Illinois. Chicago is the 31st most dangerous city in the United States. Crime rate of 943 per 100,000 residents. Specifically, he grew up on O Block, an area well known for its gang activity and high poverty rates. He's best known for his high-profile collaborations with artists such as Chief Keef and Lil Durk. Not much is known of Taylor's early life, but what we do know is that Taylor was largely affiliated with gangs and criminal activity, something that continues to follow him to this day, despite his newfound fame and a net worth of over $1 million. Some of Reese's criminal history includes pleading guilty in May of 2010 to burglary charges, receiving 2 years probation. In October of 2012, he faced charges of criminal trespassing and battery. Finally, in June of 2013, Lil Reese faced charges of marijuana possession and violating his probation. Chief Keef. Keith Pharrell Cozart, better known by his stage name of Chief Keef, is an American rapper, singer, and songwriter from Chicago, Illinois. Specifically, Keef grew up in Parkway Garden Homes, area known for its heavy involvement in gang violence. Cozart himself has a pretty hefty criminal record, including charges for the distribution of heroin, resisting arrest and fleeing from officers, violation of parole, driving under the influence of marijuana, assault, robbery, smoking cannabis, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Though he has upgraded his home, making use of his $1 million net worth, Keith continues to hang around in the same areas that he grew up in, and is associated with the gangs which run rampant in the area. Seems as though Cozart has no intention of leaving behind hood life anytime soon.
We finally gonna look at this G-Boy, boy. G-Boy.
Raylo, whose given name is Terrell Davis, is an American rapper from Atlanta, Georgia, one of the United States' most underdeveloped and impoverished neighborhoods. His family often struggled to keep their heads above water, encouraging him to earn the family money through both legal and illegal means. He was arrested often in his younger years, and he served in prison twice. His career started to pick up in 2015, and he dropped his training to become an electrician, but continued to reside in his hometown of Atlanta. However, Davis is currently spending time in federal prison for a nonviolent marijuana trafficking charge, which has kept him out of Atlanta and out of the studio. On March 31st, 2021, sources started swarming that Drake had written to President Biden pleading for Davis to be pardoned. XXXTentacion. Jonsei Dwayne Ricardo Onfroy, who is professionally known as XXXTentacion, was a 20-year-old from Plantation, Florida, an area in which you have a 1 in 35 chance of becoming a victim of a violent crime. Onfroy would continue to live in the area even after fame, and earning himself an astounding net worth of $5 million. Unfortunately, on June 18, 2018, Onfroy would be shot dead outside of the Rivera Motorsports motorcycle dealership in Deerfield, Florida. Tentacion was known not only for his music, but also his involvement in several violent crimes as well. Hood Rich Pablo Juan. Sterling Leroy Penix Jr., better known by his stage name Hood Rich Pablo Juan, which is derived from Juan Pablo Escobar, the son of an infamous Colombian drug lord, is a 32-year-old rapper from Newark, New Jersey. However, he spent most of his life in Atlanta, Georgia, where he continues to reside. Considering that Hood is part of his stage name, it's safe to bet that his upbringing had a large impact on the person who he is today, and it's not hard to believe that he chose to stay in the hood, even after fame.
God builds a church, the devil builds a chapel next door.
The Unholy in cinemas Thursday.
His net worth is worth approximately $500,000. Rico Reckless. song Funeral. He grew up in the Bronzeville neighborhood before moving to the Inglewood section. Both areas have high crime rates. Reckless was incarcerated for 2 years after flaunting automatic rifles while filming a music video in Inglewood, Chicago, earning himself an unlawful use of a weapon charge. After his release, and eventually his fame in rapping, a career that would earn him over $750,000, he decided to stay in the hood. Kodak Black. Bill Kahan Capri, born in Yuzon Octave, better known by his stage name Kodak Black, is a 23-year-old rapper from Pompano Beach, Florida. Pompano Beach, Florida is one of the worst areas in Florida to live, with its outstanding crime rates. Capri is best known for his hit No Flockin' and his criminal activities. With a net worth of over $600,000, Capri has chosen to upgrade his home but stay in the area of Pompano Beach. Some of Black's criminal history includes robbery, battery, false imprisonment of a child, possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, possession of marijuana, resisting arrest and fleeing from officers, and violation of probation. However, since his most recent imprisonment, it seems as though Kodak has turned it all around. Frito Santana. Derek Coleman, whose stage name is Frito Santana, was a 27-year-old American rapper from Chicago, Illinois. Santana, unfortunately, died of a drug-induced seizure back in 2018. Santana was actually the older cousin of Chief Keef and is best known for his song, Trappin' Ain't Done. Santana also lived in the Parkway Garden Homes, where he continued to reside until his death, despite earning himself a net worth of over $1 million. Inspector Deck. Jason Richard Hunter, better known by his stage name Inspector Deck, American producer, rapper, songwriter, and actor. Hunter was born and raised in Staten Island, and when fame came, and eventually a net worth of $14 million, and he was financially able to move out of the area, he decided to stay anyway. When interviewed by the New York Times, he told them, quote, "I could leave, move out of the neighborhood. The neighborhood is still in me. I stay in my neighborhood because the people there keep me in touch with where I'm from. Park Hill is like my bloodstream, and that the only way he would leave is if he, quote, feels there is really no hope of getting through with his rhymes." Special Ed. Special Ed, whose given name is Edward K. Archer, is a Brooklyn rapper best known for his involvement in the rap and hip-hop scene of the 90s, producing hits such as I Got It Made and Think About It, as well as his appearance on The Cosby Show. Archer was raised in Flatbush, Brooklyn, and after fame, he moved only a few minutes away to Canarsie, a neighborhood that isn't much better in terms of crime activity. When asked as to why he chose to stay in the neighborhood, he told sources, quote, "Where would I go that would feel natural? This is what I know. This is what I was raised around. I don't feel the need to go anywhere else, feel uncomfortable, and need to start over again." He recalls people often asking him why he stayed, but he tells them, quote, "There might be better scenery somewhere else, but it doesn't outweigh staying, because my foundation and my people are here." If you made it to the end of the video, we want to thank you for sticking around. Go ahead and let us know in the comments what you thought of today's video and what kind of content you would like to see in the future. Hey you! Yeah, you! You like this video? Great! We got another one for you that we guarantee you would like. All you have to do is click on the screen. It's free and without any hidden fees. But you have to click fast because this message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
G'day, punters. You can now get Sportsbet's Android app on Google Play.
Whatever.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Boss for the Win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we're going to be trying a fun little experiment, seeing if we can stop one of the Lemoyne Raiders from actually shooting himself in Shady Bell, which actually takes place in the mission, just like last time. But this time, instead of pulling out a gun or listening to him, I just tried to lasso him over and over and over and over again, and that did not work at all. In fact,
most popular rappers got caught lacking. French Montana.
I got shot in my head right here. See, I still got a little bald spot.
Or is it unique to hear? Well, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification. And as soon as I said that, Jeff's face changed from happy and magical to extremely concerned. He was like, Don, no. I told you not to eat more than half, bro. Have you ever had magic before? I'm like, no, but I don't see why you're tripping. I ate the whole brownie like 20 minutes ago, and I still don't feel anything. And right after saying that, I hear,
Yo, somebody need to get me a doctor, man. Somebody help me, man. Yo, take me to the nurse, dog.
So if by now I haven't completely and thoroughly shattered the illusion that I was the angelic, perfect kid that my parents believed I was back in the day, this video will surely fix that. So this takes place back in high school, back in Jamaica. Yeah, man, I was about 14 years old. So one morning I get to school and I'm just chilling in my home classroom before the first school bell rings when one of my boys, who we'll call Jeff, comes up to me with a big smile on his face. He's like, yo, Don, how much lunch money you got today, man? So automatically I'm like, God damn, boy, I just got to school, man. Why is you begging me for money already, dog? Can I live? He's like, Don, chill. Just tell me how much lunch money you got, man. So I'm like, 500. This is Jamaican dollars, of course. And at the time, $300 was a reasonable amount for a day's worth of lunch money. But my mama loved me a little bit extra, so, you know, she'd often give me 500. Just for context, back then, 100 Jamaican dollars was equal to like $1 American dollar. So I told him how much money I got, and then he was like, cool, okay. You should go half with me on a brownie. So I'm like, brownie? What brownie? Is there like a bake sale going on or something? Jeff's like, Don, no, bro, I'm talking about Leroy's brownies, dog. So I'm like, oh snap, Leroy? That big dark skinned dude? Nah, I'm good. I know Leroy. Looks like the kind of guy that would scratch himself and then put his hand back in the batter without washing his hand. I think I'm gonna have to take a hard pass on that one. Then Jeff was like, Don, you don't know about these brownies, huh? I'm like, what about them? Then Jeff's eyes lit up in that special way that people's eyes light up when they know a secret that you don't. He leans in and whispers, Don, these are magic brownies. I look at Jeff and I'm like, you're kidding. He doesn't even say anything. Just stood there smiling. I gave Jeff all of my lunch money. You see, by this time, a lot of dudes in our grade were experimenting with magic, but they were only using magic inhalers, and that didn't really appeal to me. But I was still curious about magic. So when Jeff told me about the magic brownies, I was like, that sounds amazing. So yeah, I was like, sign me up. So Jeff takes my money and dips out. 10 minutes later, he comes back to me and hands me my brownie wrapped up in foil paper. He tells me that I should wait until lunchtime to eat it and that I should only eat half. So I'm like, cool, I got it. I was pumped. I couldn't wait till lunch. Fast forward to lunchtime and everybody has brownies. Like, Leroy made bank that day, man. So I find Jeff and I'm sitting with him and a group of friends and then we all ate our brownies. So we're sitting there and 15 minutes or so passes and
Let's head out to the park. Look, I have to jump the fence. Let's head out to the fucking park, I guess. The park should be down here, boy. Look at this, Sydney. Let's go find a fucking park. It's been a couple months. We got kicked out of that mansion. So we moved back to America. Where my acting, you know. So yeah, we moved to Las Vegas, pretty much. No, not Las Vegas. Detroit. So yeah. Up here is my bedroom, Mum's bedroom in there, stepdad, you know, foster mum, foster dad, bedroom in there, bathroom, and then down here is the lounge room, kitchen, the outback. See here the backyard, and then the garage with foster brother, foster sister, foster brother, foster sister, sister brother. So yeah, the sheep out here. Well, we have extra rooms. It's my place where I bought, so it's my choice. Let's chill here, smoke some weed, watch YouTube.
Probably the biggest mistake I've ever made in my entire life. I've spent so much time looking over my shoulder at this dog that I failed to notice the gargantuan 5-foot snake right by my feet. I take the trash, I throw it back, I turn around, I speed walk by the old guy and the dog because didn't want them to think that I'm a bitch. And I book it once I passed him. I'm just running. I could have stopped to tell the old guy about the snake, but I know for a fact that once this woolly mammoth of a dog sees the snake, it's gonna trip out and go absolutely ballistic. I just didn't want to be in the blast radius, okay? Like, the old guy's literally going to be able to do nothing. There's no point in both of us dying. So I just dipped. Like, I'm booking it at this point. But of all the bad things that could have happened, none of them would have compared to what happened next. I'm running, and I look out of the corner of my eye, and I just see this big black figure chasing me at breakneck speed. My heart is racing. I haven't moved this fast since I was a sperm cell. I am moving, but the bad luck just keeps coming. Because I am running in my mom's heels. I couldn't find my shoes when I was taking out the trash earlier, and I had just walked through a wet, slippery pond slope thing. So it was only a matter of time before I'm face first on the ground. But I don't have time to be dazed or in pain because the black figure that was chasing me, holding his huge dog, running way faster than I was in my stilettos. Like, he was gone, man. He dipped. Like, So I get up, look over at the trash can, and the snake that I thought was chasing me was just chilling by the by the trash. I have never in my life felt more disrespected by an animal. Like, I got so close to the snake, and it just straight up ignored me. Like, I wasn't worth pursuing. But I leave, and this time I definitely take the long way back to the apartment.
Hooking up with fizzy drinks, binging burgers or beers.
Not Detroit, California.
It's time to end them.
This is California,
My door
where the
bursts
character
open,
is
hits the wall,
now.
bang, and I see my mom slam 2 15-pound dumbbells on the ground. She grabs one of the dumbbells with this something. She takes the dumbbell, lifts it above her head, and then... If you've seen my video about cheating, you would know that I depict my mom as someone who is very skilled in the art of laying down the leather, but this video should show you that...
Mom, Dad, I'm going exploring the town. Okay, son, you have school tomorrow, and on the weekend you have acting. You're acting in this new movie. What's coming out? Okay. See you, son. Have fun in California City. Yeah, I will. Fucking hell, dude. Close this bitch. Let's head to the city. Down here. Here we are. In California. This is one of the cities in California. I'm talking out of character for a second. In this character universe, California is a big place. Like bigger than our universe place. There's multiple cities in California. Not just one big one. There's multiple. So, yeah. 3, 2, 1, go on the character now. Let's chill down here. Let me take a picture, put on Instagram. There you are. What's in here, dude? Oh, train station. Let's chill here. Smoke some weed, watch YouTube.
Do you have the Game Boy? I've made a good bit of stories about my mom, and I've accurately described her as someone who does not mess around. My mom is strict, but she's consistent. Like, she's a constant level of hostile. You know, there's a low ceiling of things you can get away with. She's one of those parents where you can tell her a messed up joke, it turns into a backhand and a lecture. My dad, on the other hand, is a basic stock cool dad. You know, chill, tells lame jokes, doesn't really care about what you do as long as you don't kill anyone or get them pregnant. He's the chill parent. But if you make him mad, his level of hostile nearly triples that of my mom's. And, you know, he's a grown man. I'll let you connect those dots. However, it's a lot harder to anger him than it is to anger my mom. But if there's one way to almost guarantee a beating with the rage of 1,000 suns? It's lying. And I lied quite a bit as a kid. This took place a long time ago. Honestly, I have no clue how old I was, but this was back in primary school. Now, we didn't have school buses, so after class, all of the kids would go into this theater room and wait for their parents to walk in and pick them up. And while we waited, kids would play with Game Boys to help pass the time. Now, I had just gotten one for my birthday, but my mom made it
Flavor you can munch, munch. Flavor you can crunch, crunch. Flavor just for me. Yeah. Flavor you can see. Shapes.
It's very clear that she did not want me taking it to school, but like, the only point of getting a Game Boy in the first place is to play it outside of the house. Like, why would I play with the Game Boy in the same room as my Xbox 360? Like, what do I look like playing Tetris next to a machine that can literally run Black Ops 2? So, needless to say, I had to find a way to get my Game Boy to school. And best believe, I had a plan. Okay, so my mom and dad both have very busy schedules. They take me to school, but my aunt takes me from school. So I come up with a 3-phase plan. So phase 1, while I'm getting ready for school, I grab my Game Boy, put it in my book bag, not my pocket, because that's too bulky and noticeable. Rookie mistake. Next, I dash to my dad's car and we drive to school. Boom. Phase 2. When the school day ends, I'll be in the theater room on my Game Boy. I'll occasionally glance up to check on my aunt, and when I see her, I'll shove the game into my bag because you already know how I feel about pockets. Now for the hard part, phase 3. When my aunt takes me home, I need to run to the living room, take the game out of my bag, and put it on the charger before anyone walks in the house and says me. Man, this plan is airtight, full proof. I'm like a blind guy taking on a flashbang. Boom! Invincible. So my mom leaves for work and my dad gets ready to drive me to school, so I quickly stuff my Game Boy into my book bag and get into the car. Fast forward to the end of the school day and bam, I'm in the theater room with my Game Boy. This was such a perfect plan. Foolproof, blind guy, flashbang. Now while I'm playing, I'm glancing up at the door every once in a while waiting for my aunt to show up. So I'm playing and playing until I look up and I see my dad. I look up and I see my dad walk into the theater room. This was not part of the plan. Blind guy, live grenade. I get startled and I drop the Game Boy. He looks over at me, but I grab the game with the swiftness and put it in my pocket. So my dad gets me, and as we're walking in the hallway, I'm thinking, I can still get away with this. Maybe he didn't see everything. Maybe the blind guy. Be honest, did you take that Game Boy? That sentence brings instant shivers down my spine. I can feel my dad's hostile aura just fill the room. I can't even look him in the eyes. I let out a sigh of defeat. I open my mouth and say, nah, I didn't take the Game Boy. That's right. My plan wasn't over yet. I can still get out of this. All I have to do is rush to the house when we get home and give the game to my brother so he can say he was playing it. My dad says, no, you didn't? Because when I got home from my lunch break, I noticed that the Game Boy wasn't there. And then he looks at me, almost as he anticipated my next move. I asked your brother if he was playing it, and he said no. And I know that you never go behind my back and then lie about it because then I'd have to beat you. So I'm gonna ask you again. Do you have the Game Boy? He's got me. He's gonna find the Game Boy in my pocket. What do I say? It's my friend's Game Boy. Mom said I could take it. It was an entanglement. Wait. I got it. I think of a foolproof lie that is guaranteed to get me out of this. But before I can even open my mouth to say it, his eyes glance down to my right pocket. He takes his hand off my shoulder and then looks back up at me. But now his eyes are staring into my soul. I know that he knows that I know that he saw the Game Boy bulging out of my pocket. What's in your pocket? He says as he's clearly staring at my right front pocket in a final attempt to not get caught. I tried to get smart and reach into my left pocket and the pencil that was in your right pocket, Johannes. I reach into my right pocket. I grab the Game Boy.
Let's head home, head to bed, wake up for school in the morning, I guess. May as well. Here we are at the crib. Where were you? Oh, I was out. Wait, sorry, Mom. Okay, get to bed. Okay, Mom. Let's head to bed, I guess. Wake up. Head to school, I guess. Okay. It's 12 a.m. My mom and dad at work. So, yeah. Let's head down. Smoke a blunt. Watch YouTube. Until until school actually starts. There's no point of me going to school very early. So, I'm gonna do the normal pretty much.
Worlds and species that we didn't even know existed.